Previously on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour. Welcome to Marseille for the sixth event of the Alpari World Match Racing Tour 2012 Match Race France. Situated on the south coast of France, Marseille is the country's second largest city. The city's diverse and cosmopolitan population are proud of their unique culture and vibrant arts and entertainment scene that set it apart from the rest of France. This beautiful and historic city is a major sailing hub and is the gateway to the Mediterranean. The winds are consistent, yet can blow from different directions, so this venue lends itself perfectly to the sport. This week will certainly provide some exciting match racing. Match Race France is event 6 of a total of 8 on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour. The teams will be competing in the identically matched J80 boats in the hunt for €50,000 in prize money. To be in with a chance of winning, the skippers and their crews must enter into the tactical and technical battle that is match racing. Match racing is the most gladiatorial sailing discipline. It pits two boats against each other on a very short race course. The two teams battle for advantage during a 4-minute period before the start gun. Then they sail upwind to the top mark where they hoist spinnakers. Turning back downwind onto the run to the leeward mark, the spinnaker must be dropped for the second lap. The races usually last 2 or sometimes 3 laps, and the action is umpired on the water using a system of flags. Each boat is assigned a colour, either blue or yellow, and the sailors raise a red and yellow flag to protest if they think their opponent has broken a rule. The umpires announce their decision raising the appropriate blue or yellow flag to signify the boat that has offended. If a red flag is raised as well, it means the infringement is more severe, and the penalty, turning the boat through 3/4 of a circle, must be taken immediately. Otherwise, the penalty can be taken any time before the finish. The first to cross the finish line is the winner. Of course, the teams aren't just here for the prize money. As we enter the business end of the Alpari World Match Racing Tour, every point on the leaderboard counts. On first glance, it looks like a two-horse race, with Bjorn Hansen of Mekonomen's sailing team and Ian Williams of GAC Pindar in first and second place respectively. However, a good finish here for Peter Gilmore of Yanmar Racing or Pierre-Antoine Morvan of Van Aglo's sailing team will put them straight back into the mix. Keith Swinton has also staked a claim in the title bid after his win at the Saint-Moritz match race. There is, however, one skipper racing here at Match Race France who will definitely be looking to upset the score sheet. The sixth stage on this year's tour marks the return of the youngest ever tour champion, Adam Minoprio.
After 18 months break, it's pretty cool to be back on the tour. I was pretty pleased to have a break, and now of having 18 months off, I was just keen to get back and do some match racing and a bit of the old days, a bit of fun. I spent the last 18 months doing the Volvo Ocean race, and for me it was a great experience. It was a long 18 months preparing for the race, and it's probably one of the toughest things I've done in my sailing career so far. You go out there, it's just quick, intense racing. You know the result there and then, 20 minutes around the racetrack. It all comes down to the decisions you make right then, gives you a direct result. It's always great, the tour having a rivalry with Bjorn and Williams up the top there, but at the end of the day, they're very close in points, and it's going to come down to who performs at the Monsoon Cup at the end of the year. If you're a betting man, you'd put your money on Williams, but I think maybe Bjorn's going to be a little bit more hungry for it, and he might just have the edge. The tour is an interesting option. It is a lot of good fun racing in different venues around the world, and yeah, I really enjoyed the tour in the past, and I think I'm going to enjoy the next 2 weeks of being back on the tour for 2 events. So, I mean, if I get the opportunity to, you might see me back here. If I come back, I'll only be coming back for the goal to win, not to compete.
Strong wins during the first 2 days at Match Race France meant for some exciting racing in qualifying. Peter Gilmore had a great start to the competition and sat at the top of the leaderboard after the first session with 5 wins out of 5.
We had a great day today. I think the boys did a really fabulous job. It was a long day for us, 5 races back to back. The conditions were probably 16 to 18 when we went out this morning, and it got up to probably 22, maybe gusting 24 at times. And when the breeze was fresh, it was hard to keep the boat upright. You really had to work on getting your crew weight right and how much power you wanted in the sails. It was a lot of fun, when you got up and started blasting along. It was really, it was quite exciting. And so it was one of those days where you had to be really astute and sort of doing your game, realising you made concertina at the leeward mark, and then, try and eke it out again from there.
The big shock of the qualifying round was the exit of Bjorn Hansen and the Mekonomen sailing team. A costly mistake in the final race of the session against William Tiller meant that the current tour leader would be going home early.
I did an enormous mistake before the start, where I told the guys that we were supposed to gate with the yellow flag.
We did the worst rookie mistake you could do, and that's not looking at the papers. That meant that we entered from the wrong side. I've never done that before.
So they penalized us once, and then trying to get in to the box, we tacked too close to Will and earned a second penalty. So that was pretty much the race. We had to make our penalty turn and came directly about 4 or 5 boat lengths after Will.
Congratulations to the guys who go through to the quarterfinals. Unfortunately, we're not there to join them, but in general, we're all good.
I guess it's me buying the beers tonight for the boys.
Hansen's early exit would certainly give reigning Tour champion Ian Williams a chance to close the gap on the leaderboard, despite scraping through qualifying after a must-win last match against William Tiller.
We started really well against William Tiller. We were ahead off the line, but about 15 seconds into the race, we had a huge shift, which put him very, very strong. And really, it was a case for us of just being patient, and we managed to just eke out enough to get around the front of him on the first beat, and that was the critical moment. Really, was when we came back together for the second time, we could cross ahead of him, and from there we were able to control the race really. Down the run, we put a bit more distance into him up the second beat, and the last run was reasonably comfortable. So we're super relieved really to be in the quarterfinals. It was touch and go. We were obviously on a bad run, and really pleased, really happy that we could turn it around. Great job by the guys. Really now it's an opportunity for us. We've got to go out, win the quarterfinals tomorrow, and go and get a good regatta.
Those also likely to profit from Bjorn Hansen's exit include Laurie Jury of Kiwi Match Sailing, Peter Gilmore of Yanmar Racing, and Pierre-Antoine Morvan of Van Aglo's sailing team, who stormed through the qualifying round. Also through to the knockout stage are current Match Race France winner Damien Yell, William Tiller of Full Metal Jacket Racing, and new Tour card holder Simona Ferrarese. Returning 2009 Tour champion Adam Minoprio struggled against this year's strong roster of skippers and crashed out after only winning 3 of his 11 races. Welcome back to Match Race France, the 6th stage on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour 2012. We're at the quarter-final stage, and after the current Tour leader Bjorn Hansen crashed out, the remaining skippers will be looking to capitalise here in Marseille in order to close the gap at the top of the leaderboard. In the quarter-final boat pick, qualifying group winner Laurie Jury chose to race new Tour card holder Simona Ferrarese, and French skipper Pierre-Antoine Morvan elected to race young Kiwi William Tiller. Peter Gilmore of Yanmar Racing would face fellow countryman Keith Swinton, leaving Ian Williams a tough task against last year's Match Race France winner Damien Yell. In the first of the quarter-finals, Laurie Jury continued his fine form and took the first 2 races against Simona Ferrarese.
Ferrarese in a strong position. See, he's actually trying to luff here, so Ferrarese trying to put Jury under pressure. It's going to be an umpire decision. There we go. Jury leads back ahead. There's the gun.
Yeah, and I definitely think Jury came out of that start pretty good.
So there it is, Laurie Jury. Fantastic performance of them through this regatta.
A win for the young Italian tour card holder took the tie to 2-1.
Barese from Italy comes back to win the third match between these two skippers, taking the series to 2-1, so still advantage Jury. He's still at match point, but he lives to fight another day.
The comeback was short-lived though, as Jury went on to secure his place in the semi-final in their fourth match. Quick off the mark on his hunt for tour points, Pierre-Antoine Morvan took the first race in his quarter-final against William Tiller. The young French tour card holder failed to capitalise though, as Tiller turned the tables and went on to win the next 3 races in a row and take the tie 3-1.
There we go. So William Tiller now dives down, back onto starboard, and he takes the win. So pretty close right at the end, but it's Tiller's match.
We are disappointed because we finished second of the round robin, and we came here to win the event, and we will finish fifth. So it's not the result we hoped before the event. It's not so bad, but it's not a semi-final.
In their third quarter-final meeting this year, Keith Swinton got a great start against tour veteran Peter Gilmore, taking the first race to go 1-0 up.
So that's not a sight that veteran Gilmore will have wanted to see. First blood to Keith Swinton, his young counterpart from Australia. There's the blue flag, there's confirmation of the result.
We join them in the pre-start of Flight 2.
Excellent work from both teams, but Keith Swinton there just keeping Gilmore under pressure as they sailed off towards that right-hand side, not really giving an avenue to escape.
No, and it looks like Keith is pretty high on starboard tack there, I would say. So
Pressure coming, a little header, just a little bit more.
The first cross is always the most important one, I would say. So early advantage for.
Well, not
Keith
as important
Swinton.
as the last one, Matthias.
But when you have the first one, you can often control the other one and go for the one go for the side you prefer yourself, and hopefully you can choose the right one more than 50%.
Coming down off the right is what I'm saying. Got it, Fred.
A really good job from Gilmore and his crew.
Hoist.
And it looks to be a pretty solid lead for Gilmore.
I think so. That great sailing from the old bull from Australia.
Yeah.
For me, Keith Swinton offshore with slightly better pressure at the moment.
Yeah.
I just wonder, middle right was good to them in the last beat. They made a bit of a gain, and I'm just nervous that they've gone there again. And all the time, I see Keith Swinton with that little bit more pressure right now.
Here we can see the cross from Swinton.
2 lengths advantage, as this time it is Swinton that tacks onto the breeze of Gilmore.
Yeah.
So a lead change here.
Yeah, that's tough.
And now Keith Swinton leads around the final top mark by around 4 boat lengths.
2, 1, and hoist. Hoist.
So here comes Gilmore. Better pressure for his set. As Thierry trims on. Now Gilmore with a great opportunity to attack and get back into this match.
It looks like he's pretty far ahead.
Jibing.
And he goes into jibe there.
We should see Swinton, I expect, jibe back onto the line of Gilmore.
Okay.
Here he goes.
Get his attention though.
Keith Swinton, Black Swan Racing from Perth, his hometown. He's managed to come back at Peter Gilmore from Yanmar Racing on that final beat in his approach to the top mark, and it is he that sails through the line to take the second win of this quarterfinal round.
Yep.
Great sailing Keith Swinton.
On match point, the new tour card holder let his lead slip though, as Gilmore fought back to make it 2-2 and take it to a decisive 5th match.
As they come down to the finish, it is all Peter Gilmore and Swan Racing.
Don't worry about it.
They take the win. There's the blue flag, there's confirmation. So 2-2.
Yeah.
We're going to see both teams really coming at this hammer and tongs. Big move. Looks like there's a bit of boat bias, and I think that's what Keith's going for. The dying moments of this pre-start.
Right down. 2, 1. And big roll.
Got to hope that Keith's not too early here.
And attacking.
That's going to be a close tack.
Both boats over, so it's going to be a lot easier for Peter Gilmore to go back. But I think he was a bit too slow to turn. See, Keith Swinton was straight onto it.
Keith coming out on starboard after this maneuver.
I think we're going to have to see Peter Gilmore going behind him here. Gilmore will get the right-hand side.
Looks like Gilmore in a better position here with a little more speed. No, he has to tag around.
So we go back towards the top mark.
The question is now is, can he keep it up? No, he's still pushing up.
And big
The shouts from Thierry. I think they believed that they were inside 2 lengths. There's the green flag.
But Keith needs to come around the mark and avoiding Peter. Let's see.
So excellent sailing there from the young Australians, managing to hold off the advances of Gilmore, to hold on to that lead as we come around the first top mark. Is advantage to Swinton. This is the race right here. The forlorn stance of the pink boat. Peter Gilmore on board, tacking underneath the line of Keith Swinton. Oh dear.
It's so difficult to see here, but it really, really looks like Keith got the pressure and he's just plowing through now, and it's going to be in a very good position for the last tack for him. I think he's going to continue to lay line, even though that Gilmore might tack before. But as you saw earlier, and what we also saw yesterday, Gilmore, he's never done. He's going to continue pushing, and just one little mistake from Keith, and Gilmore is going to be right back on him.
Quickly with the pole.
Keith Swinton, not short of a couple of mistakes so far in this quarterfinal, but he has the lead right now. But Keith Swinton still looks to have reasonable pressure and holding on to his lead. As we slowly get nearer and nearer the bottom of the run, the opportunities for Gilmore to come back into this match get less and less. And it looks like it's Keith Swinton. He's coming in on the boat end. He has the advantage. He is going to take the win.
What a race.
So what a match from Keith Swinton. What a match from Peter Gilmore and his team.
All in all, not so bad, but you know, wherever we finish 5th or 6th or something like that, we accept that.
In the remaining quarter-final, reigning Tour champion Ian Williams looked in fine form as he stormed through, beating last year's Match Race France winner Damien Yell in just 3 races.
A decisive challenge, a decisive victory over Damien Yell. Victory strikes for Williams and GAC Pindar.
It's a great win for GAC Pindar. It gives us a set of results on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour, and it means we go to Malaysia with a shot. So, of course, we're very pleased, and now really our job is to go on and try and score big at this regatta.
I'm not very happy for my result, but I come back and I think it's really difficult. but I'm very happy to sail with my team, and it's not so bad result.
So with that win, Ian Williams of GAC Pindar joined Laurie Jury of Kiwi Match Sailing, William Tiller of Full Metal Jacket Racing, and Keith Swinton of Black Swan Racing in the last 4 here in Marseille. Welcome back to the 6th stage of the 2012 Alpari World Match Racing Tour, Match Race France. Semi-finals day, and we're down to the last 4 skippers, all in with a chance of being crowned winner here in Marseille. Semi-final 1 set up an all-New Zealand derby. William Tiller and Laurie Jury would be battling it out for pride and glory and a spot in the final.
Well, we've sailed Laurie quite a few times in the past, and being from the same country, we've probably trained against each other a couple of times.
Tiller's actually crewed for us in Korea a couple of years ago. So, what tactics to use? It's a tough one, you know. I think he's sailing the boats really well, and he's pretty good around the course. So it's not a lot you can do to outmaneuver that.
Not many tactics really. We don't really specifically have things we do against certain people, but if we can try and upset his rhythm because he's been sailing so well at the moment, that'll be our main aim.
Well, there's always a bit of pride, especially when you're racing another Kiwi team, you know, so top Kiwi team to go home, so it's a little bit of pressure on for sure.
It was Tiller who drew first blood in the light winds after a tight finish. We joined the all-Kiwi matchup in the pre-start of Flight 2.
There we can see the actual boats in the race. Ooh. So Laurie Jury there, I think
he could have done more.
Me too. I think he's certainly at risk. There we go, the umpire's agreeing. So penalty on Jury, so, and arguably it's a pretty unforced error that by Laurie Jury. I wasn't quite sure what his game was.
No.
William Tiller is early and he has nowhere to go. He has no way of bearing down further into the starting area to burn time. I think he's going to try and sail around the boat. Now, how is Jury going to deal with this? 20 seconds to go. Laurie Jury comes down. He's just going to go for the start. He needs to focus on his own boat here and his own timing.
Wait right down.
Now, will William Tiller have the time to get around the boat and make a start?
Yeah,
5 seconds.
Looks really good for Tiller.
So perfectly timed by William Tiller.
Yeah.
Just led in. He knew he was early. Still neck and neck between these two. There we can see the discussion there between Laurie Jury and his team. I think they managed to extend out a little bit in that chop, and then they just changed their plan. We're going to go expansive, we're going to sail as fast as we can, try and get down to the bottom and have enough time to be able to do the penalty. We're going to see the spinnakers coming down, the jibs go back up.
Okay, going for pace, Harry. Coming up, fast. That coming down.
So Laurie Jury coming up, William Tiller's trying for the roll, he's back down again. They twist and they turn. Laurie Jury right now has William Tiller exactly where he wants him. He has to now sail down and past that committee boat and then turn back up and try and complete that tack. So here we go.
Wait down here, boys, in 2, 1, and up.
Laurie Jury has to tack. He's missed an opportunity there.
Attacking back here, boys.
Catch him. Way on, he couldn't do anything.
Laurie Jury just got a little slow.
Starboard! 2, 1.
Laurie Jury's got it all on here.
Yeah, full pace. Right
William Tiller.
Go on, hoist.
It's faster and he's sailing over the top of Laurie Jury. Laurie Jury is in pieces here. I think he may even hit the committee boat. So William Tiller manages to dominate that exchange between these two young New Zealand skippers and defeats Laurie Jury in a second match.
2-0 to Tiller and match point. Laurie Jury needed a win to stay in the competition, but in the end his compatriot was too strong, booking his place in the final of Match Race France.
And it is William Tiller from the Full Metal Jacket Race It that takes the win, takes it to 3-0. A fantastic performance from the young New Zealander. This is first final on this Alpari World Match Racing Tour, and it is well deserved.
With the current tour leader Bjorn Hansen out of the competition, reigning champion Ian Williams is in the hunt for the top spot on the overall leaderboard. He would have to overcome Samarit's match race winner Keith Swinton in the battle for the second spot in the final.
We've been sailing quite well. We had a really tough day yesterday, which I think we learnt from some mistakes we made. So hopefully that will help us today, and I'm sure we can beat him.
We certainly won't be taking Keith Swinton lightly. I think as long as we can sail better than we did yesterday, then we should be okay.
First blood went to Williams. The British skipper took the second race as well to take the tie to match point. For Keith Swinton, it would be do or die in match 3.
It's all right, we're good. He hasn't got it.
Whoa! What's he doing?
Oh, collisions galore here in Match Race France. Keith Swinton comes back and engages Ian Williams now. Did Keith Swinton have the time and opportunity to get back and turn him down? And we can see there the yellow flag on the umpires. That indicating that Keith Swinton clutching at straws, engaging with, didn't have it, and a penalty on the young Australian. So disaster strikes in the pre-start. Keith Swinton has that bias end.
This is it.
Williams is up to speed and charging. And that
again, not going to live here all
Swinton.
day, okay? I think we've got to go. Here we go, tacking.
So Keith Swinton forcing Williams to tack off straight away. But he has the right hand side and he has that penalty advantage. So first blood to Williams. Keith Swinton do his penalty and there he goes, there's the penalty. So he's turning round.
I think he might be oversteered.
There's the turn, so it's a jibe on the beat.
Pretty close, though.
So penalties even.
Are we going to have a piece?
Keith Swinton taxed around.
Stand by.
And he has done his penalty, don't forget. So evens race, and Keith Swinton leads in what is a must-win match for the young Australian skipper.
Okay, here we go. No, dummy, okay, dummy.
Williams is going to go for a dummy, he's going to pretend to jibe.
Back up on port.
Keith Swinton has fallen for that dummy. There goes Ian Williams, he's passed and down.
Hey, come on!
Here comes Williams, he's luffing, he's pushing him up.
Flag him!
Keith Swinton has to do more here.
Do what you can.
It's the white flag. But Williams is strong, we can see they're well above the ley lines for the marks. The green flag from the umpires. So Keith Swinton's dropped early. Williams will match. So Williams has managed to manufacture a superb run. It's giving him the opportunity. Here comes Keith Swinton, he's jibing to cross.
What do you want me to do? No way! No way! It's got to be a red!
So Keith Swinton slams in the jibe. You can see Keith Swinton is furious. He's yelling at the umpires. The flags are blazing. There's the white flag.
Oh, come on, guys.
And there's a blue flag. Penalty on Ian Williams.
It's dropped too early. Okay, we're going to go.
It's hard.
Fargate.
That a clear mistake from the triple world champion.
Okay.
And Keith Swinton, a reprieve back into this match.
Weight down.
I have to say it's hard to see quite how the umpires saw it that way.
Yeah, okay, forget
Keith
it.
Swinton has a substantial lead there as we look across from Williams. So Williams a penalty down and 5 lengths behind. Disaster has struck. The flawless performance of GAC Pindar through to this point. And Williams, reflecting, just trying to learn what he can from this match so they can prepare going forwards.
Yeah, we never really had any options to get left of him at the start.
To do a great job.
Yeah.
The final matchup. But Keith Swinton
forgot
came
the
into
impact
this
of the
match
pole coming
really
in
fired
was
up.
what did it. We had it
We
easy
cannot
and
forget
then
about the
the
young
pole comes in and
Australian. He's
drops.
come back, barring
Suddenly he
here,
gets another, like, 2
coming
meters
into that bottom
across.
mark. A superb performance from him. And it all really came down to that bottom mark incident where Williams was given a penalty.
In the fourth match, Williams picked up a costly penalty in the pre-start. Despite leading around the course, he was unable to shake it off.
Here we go.
Okay, racing upwind, no, racing.
And Swinton levelled the scores to take it to a decisive 5th flight.
Keith Swinton forces his way into the pin. Now how will the umpires call this? So there's the start gun.
Back jib.
Keith Swinton.
Cut, he's main, big press.
So Swinton around the mark. And here comes Williams. Has he got enough to try and mount a comeback?
Sit up. Go see the mark.
Swinton's luffing, but Williams is quicker.
Okay,
Could this be an opportunity to
Get
pass?
this jive in when we can. Here we go, jiving now. Throw it. What's happening?
This is faster.
Big luff at it.
He's jiving.
No, normal. VMG. Just hold. Wait.
Williams
down.
has managed to
Hold down,
pass
hold.
Swinton. Now
Okay.
can he hold on to this?
Thoughts on the gate? Get the build. Got the match, yeah?
So Keith Swinton elects to follow Williams around that left-hand mark. He's going to have to tack.
Okay, let's make fast mode out, guys.
Swinton is very slow after that move.
Halliard, Spinnaker Halliard, yeah, Matt.
And there the cross. So still strong positioning for Williams.
It might be on it. Yeah, we're a little short of this lay, unfortunately.
What can Keith Swinton do? As they come through their final jibe, it is them that will be in the finals of Match Race France. They will take the win here. There's the blue flag, there's confirmation. They celebrate on board.
It was pretty tough for us. We were fighting pretty hard to try and stay ahead, but he did a great job, and so we're disappointed, but these things happen.
With that win against Keith Swinton, triple-time Tour champion Ian Williams of GAC Pindar would face William Tiller of Full Metal Jacket Racing in the final of Match Race France. Welcome back to Marseille for Match Race France, the 6th stage on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour. It's finals day and the tension mounts as the skippers wait for the wind to pick up. One thing's for sure though, today we will have a winner of Match Race France. Will it be tripping world champion Ian Williams, or will it be the young Kiwi skipper William Tiller in his first tour final?
He's obviously hit his stride pretty well. Beating Laurie Jury 3-0 is pretty impressive yesterday, so we're going to have to be at the top of our game.
He's really solid, he's got his systems, and I think for us to maybe beat him, I think we have to sort of throw a few random moves that we can think of to do and just try and throw him off kilter a little bit.
If we maintain our discipline and stick to our game, we should have too much for him, but that's not always so easy to do, particularly in the small boats tend to suit the younger guy's style a little bit, so we'll have to be watching out for his tricks as well.
2 seasons of sort of struggling to make it and competing at grade 2s and 3s and coming through the youth regattas just mean that all of our time put into sailing is really sort of reaping the benefits, I guess, if we were able to win.
We join commentary in Flight 1 with Simon Shaw and offshore sailing legend Brian Thompson.
I understand there's some big weather coming down, Brian.
Yeah, the rain is coming a lot closer. It's coming in pretty fast, and it's only about half a mile away now, some torrential rain.
When an ocean sailor like Brian Thompson tells you there's some weather coming, and it's already, I can tell you, it is already raining really hard. This is going to be game on here. See there the flags blazing. Green flag from the umpires. This is definitely a battle of old versus new, of experience versus young, enthusiastic talent here in the final of Match Race France.
Turn. Okay, tacking now, guys, tacking now. Ease the jib. Big turn, big turn. Time, please. Time, please. 5, 4, 3.
Here comes Williams, here comes Tiller. Williams coming in on the windward side of William Tiller, and he looks like he's managed to do a better job of managing his momentum. Williams is rolling over the top of Tiller as it stands, right off the pin hand end of the line. So, first blood to Williams. Williams has managed to eke out a couple of boat lengths lead.
Yeah.
Looks like he's just sailing that boat a little bit faster through the water.
Williams' team has extended over the young pretenders.
William Tiller not having an answer for Williams on lap 1. Let's see what happens on lap 2 as both boats roll into attack out of this left-hand side. So Williams looks to have a stranglehold over William Tiller at this point. That lead continuing to extend. Williams keeping all of the tactical options to attack absolutely shut down. Staying between William Tiller and that top mark.
Go hoist, go pole. Stay hot for him again.
But there we go. It appears there seems to be some problems with the hoist on board Williams's boat.
Go pole.
Sheet twisted.
Keep talking, Maddie.
Luckily, his lead extensive enough over Tiller at this stage that they've managed to shake that out before Tiller got to the top mark. So as Ian Williams comes through, he takes the win, the flag is up, and GAC Pindar have won this first match here in Match Race France.
Just got to get a better start. Made quite a bad error, giving ourselves not much room there down at the pin. So yeah, the main thing is to stick to the basics and just want to get off that line with speed, and an even start would be good.
Oh, we're obviously really pleased. I think the start was critical. With this cloud-driven wind, it's really shifty and it's very difficult to predict. And the guys did a nice job of keeping it smooth. So, one down, one more to go.
And it is game on. 50 seconds to go.
And Tiller obviously have to keep clear the windward boat. So he's the one under pressure now from the rules point of view.
At some stage I think we're going to see a luff from Williams. There's the tack. Williams is going to respond. It looks to me like William Tiller in trouble here. He's just trying to keep him trapped. Williams will just be happy to wind the clock down, try and keep this luff going as long as possible. There's the start line.
Okay. Okay.
Say again. I'm going to go for a jibe round.
Say again.
I'm not sure this is the right decision from Williams. It looks to me like
Okay.
Now the question is, if he goes up to tack here, can William Tiller shut? Does he have a shut out on the committee boat? Williams tacking down. William Tiller definitely doesn't have a shot. We can see the committee boat, 4 seconds to go. It's all action here. William Tiller on the left side, and Ian Williams gets a superb start up at the boat end. The two tacks, he's separated to windward. The breeze really in the rain, driving down. But it is Williams from Great Britain, which has dominated this start, and he leads up on this right-hand side. And William Tiller must win this match to stay in this competition. As we look upwind across both boats, we can see a massive grey cloud over to that left-hand side of the racecourse. There is more weather coming in here. And we can see this wind has really come in. Over 30 knots of breeze powering down this course here in Marseille.
Why not? Okay, coming down. Wait up, guys.
We round the mark. We can see there both boats setting and jibing, and there is a twist on board both boats as we power around the top mark. Tiller the first to get his spinnaker set, and he now has this race lead as we power down the run.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Both boats flat out on the plane. Oh, here comes Williams. He jibes, he sets.
Any drop now, guys? Any drop? Way understood, sorry.
Tiller has his spinnaker down. Williams. Chris Main, I think, on the side of the boat, nearly into the water as we come down to the bottom mark, but managing to stay on. The messier drop from the three-time world champion, and it is William Tiller that is powering away from the bottom mark. It is Williams that is slowly eking back into Tiller. We've seen him cut down that deficit from about 6 lengths to the bottom mark to about 3 lengths. I think the tacks on Williams' boat perhaps better than on William Tiller.
Got it.
Williams is on the breeze and he's high. Is he going to get a piece? He's calling starboard. And there is the top mark, so Williams has managed to get inside him.
Here we go.
He's been sailing smart. I'm not sure Williams is going to round the mark straight away here.
Coming down.
We'll see.
Wait out. Okay, go hoist.
Here we go. The hoist is going up, and here comes Williams, and here comes Tiller. It's game on for this second match here.
Okay, coming up.
Now, if Williams can hold this lead, he will win this
back.
final. But William Tiller is in a great position to attack as we come down this final run.
Back and out.
It is do or die now for William Tiller. He has to come back.
Yeah, I know.
He has to try and get some traction in this race. And as the wind drives down, it is Williams' bow that comes through. It is Ian Williams from GAC Pindar that comes through. He claims this race, he claims this final, and he claims Match Race France.
A fantastic win for GAC Pindar here at Match Race France. Monsoon conditions, so good practice for the Monsoon Cup, but great for us on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour now to be up pretty much level with Bjorn Hansen overall and going into Malaysia with a good shot at the title.
After a truly memorable win for Ian Williams of GAC Pindar here at Match Race France, here are the final event standings. This means that the triple world champion leapfrogs Bjorn Hansen and Mekonomen sailing team on the overall Alpari World Match Racing Tour leaderboard. Also closing the gap are Keith Swinton of Black Swan Racing, Pierre-Antoine Morvan of Van Aglo's sailing team, and Peter Gilmore of Yanmar Racing, as we approach the final 2 events of the season.